There's this weird feeling you get when you hit your first $20,000. I mean, I remember when I first hit it. It's something surreal. Nothing in your life technically changes. You're still in the same job, same routine, same schedule, but suddenly everything feels different. You open your bank account and you see that number, and for the first time, you don't feel behind. You feel safe. Because the thing is once you hit your first $20,000, life actually gets a lot easier. So in this video, I'm going to break down why life actually gets easier after $20,000, the mistakes most people make right after hitting that number that put them right back to zero, and also how you can realistically save your first $20,000 as well the fastest. And I'm going to be honest, I'm speaking from experience here. That first $20,000 is one of the hardest milestones you'll ever hit. But once you get there, turning that into $100,000, $500,000, or even $1 million becomes so easy. And I'm living proof of it. Okay, let's start with the first reason why life actually gets easier after your first $20,000. Well, the biggest thing is it removes fear from your life, because now you actually have savings. Prior, every decision you make is based on survival. You take jobs you don't even like because you need the paychecks. You stay in situations longer than you should because you can't afford to leave. You stress over small things because even a minor expense can throw everything off in your life. And the crazy part is you're not the only one that feels that way. 60% of people can't even cover a basic $1,000 emergency without it having completely disrupting their life. But here's where this gets really interesting. This shift of feeling better actually starts way earlier than $20,000, because there was a study done by Vanguard that found that having around just $2,000 in emergency savings can increase your financial well-being by 21%. And that's why when you hit $20,000, problems don't just disappear, but your reaction to them does. Instead of thinking, oh, I'm screwed, you think that's annoying, but I'll figure it out. And that shift is everything, because when your brain isn't focused on survival anymore, it can finally think about growth. Which brings me to the second reason why life gets easier with $20,000 is because your money can finally start working for you. Before $20,000, it feels like you're doing all the work. It feels like pushing a snowball uphill. Every step takes effort and it barely grows. But once you hit that first $20,000, it's like you reach the top, and now the snowball starts rolling downhill and it grows on its own without you putting in any effort. And this leads me to something even more important: momentum. Because your first $20,000 is the slowest you'll ever move. But after that, things start speeding up. Why? Because now you've got two forces working with you: your income and compounding. It's like pushing a car. At the beginning, it's hard to even get it moving, but once it starts rolling, you're not pushing it the same way with that much effort anymore. It's actually helping you move as well, because now the wheels are turning. And there's actually a really clear example looking at this. So let's say you're saving $1,000 a month and earning around 8% return on your money. It would take you about 19 months of sacrifice and hard work to reach your first $20,000. That's almost 2 years of consistency, discipline, and effort. But here's where it gets interesting. Your second $20,000 doesn't take you 19 months. It only takes about 17 months now. Why? Because now your first $20,000 is also compounding and growing and generating returns and helping you reach your next milestone much faster. And as your account keeps growing, that timeline keeps shrinking as well. For example, once you reach around $400,000, your next $20,000 could take as little as just 5 months. Think about it. Something that originally took you almost 2 years can now happen in just a few months. That's the power of compounding. It starts low, but once it picks up, it changes everything. And the best part is it doesn't have to be complicated. You don't need some advanced strategy or secret investments. Personally, I like to keep things simple. I just invest in a low-cost ETF index fund like VOO, which historically averages around 8 to 10% per year. And that's it. And that's a lot better than just leaving it in your bank account that's earning you pretty much nothing. And I know a lot of you asked to see what things I'm investing in or what brokerage I use. I'll put the link down below if you guys want to follow along my stuff. And I think you can also get some free perks as well. Now, here's where things get interesting though, because this is also where most people mess up. The moment you hit your first $20,000, the game changes. Not just for you, but everything around you. Your bank will now start offering you better credit cards. You'll get approved for bigger loans. You'll start seeing ads for nicer things like cars, apartments, and vacations. And subconsciously, you start thinking, I made it. I can finally start to relax a bit and buy these nice things. And while you should enjoy your money and take pride in your accomplishments, but here's the problem. Most people people treat that $20,000 like a finish line, when in reality, it's supposed to be your floor, your base level. And this is where people fall into what I call the reset cycle. They save up to $20,000, then something comes up like a car repair, a trip, upgrades, random expenses, and next thing you know, they're back to $8,000 or even $10,000 or sometimes even lower. They then climb all the way back up to $20,000 only to repeat that cycle all over again. And it's not just because they're bad with money, it's because no one told them the rules change after you save $20,000. Because once you start looking stable and you have some sort of money, the system starts working against you. Because banks don't make money from people who don't make any money. They make money from people like you who have money now. That's where car payments, credit cards, subscriptions, lifestyle upgrades, nicer vacations start quietly eating into your progress. Okay, now let's talk about how you can actually get and save to your first $20,000, because I know a lot of people are watching this are thinking, that sounds great, but there's no way I can do that for myself. And I get it. When you hear a number like $20,000, it feels impossible, but the way you get there isn't by doing something crazy. It's by doing a few very simple things consistently over time, no matter how much money you make. And anyone can do this. I mean, if I could do it when I was making just $14 an hour, I think you can do it too. The first step, and this is exactly what I did, is awareness. Most people have no idea where their money is actually even going. They just spend throughout the month and hope there's something left over at the end. But that almost never works out in your favor. So what you have to do is track your money for at least just a month. Look at your income, look at your expenses, and be honest about it. Because once you actually see the numbers, you'll start noticing things you didn't before. Subscriptions you forgot about, random spending that adds up, habits that are quietly holding you back, which you shouldn't be spending on. And the goal here isn't just to cut everything out and live miserably and below your means. It's just to understand your baseline, because you can't improve what you don't even know. Hey, if you want to make it a little easier for yourself, I have a budget sheet that I use that helped me a lot when I was saving and even budget to this day. I'll leave a link to that down below as well. Now, once you have that awareness, the next step is to create a simple plan. Not something complicated, just a clear number. How much can you realistically save every single month? Whether that's $300, $500, $1,000, or even just $50, it doesn't matter. What matters is that it's consistent, because now you've turned a vague goal like I want to save money into something real. Now you have a target you're working towards. Now the second step is automation, and this is where things start to get a lot easier, because if saving money depends on just motivation, you're gonna end up falling off sometimes. Some months you'll feel disciplined, other months you won't. That's just how it works. So instead, you want to remove yourself from the equation. That's what I did. And you can do this by setting up an automation. So you can set it up that every time you get paid, a portion of that money is automatically moved into a savings account before you even see it. Treat it like a bill, because when you don't see the money, you won't miss it. And over time, this will become like your new normal. You're not just trying to save anymore. It's just happening in the background without you even noticing it. A simple way to think about this that helped me a lot is don't save what's left after spending on whatever you have for the month. Spend what's left after you save first. That one shift alone can completely change how fast you reach your first $20,000. And the third step, and honestly the most powerful one, is increasing your income, because there's a limit to how much you can actually cut out, but there's no limit to how much you can earn. You can only save 100% of your income, but you can grow your income way beyond where it is right now. And it doesn't have to be crazy. You can think outside the box, like, think about asking for a raise, or maybe switching to a higher paying job, or picking up a little side hustle, driving for Uber or DoorDash, or even using some extra skills that you have to make some extra income. Even just an extra $200 to $500 a month can completely change your timeline and your financial well-being. Because with that, what might have taken you maybe 3 to 4 years can suddenly take around 1 to 2 years instead. Now, for the final piece, it's going to be staying consistent, because this is where most people fall off. They start strong, they save for a few months, and then something comes up and they lose focus. But saving $20,000 isn't about being perfect. It's about staying in the game long enough consistently. Even if you have a bad month, even if you have to slow things down a bit, what matters is that you keep going and you're staying consistent, because small, consistent actions over time will always beat random bursts of motivation. And again, this is where automation can help out, because it removes yourself from the equation. And one more thing that helped me a lot that I just want to share, because I know it will, is by giving yourself small milestones along the way. Don't just focus on $20,000, focus on that first $1,000, then $5,000, then 10, because each one of those levels comes with its own shift. So yeah, life does does get easier after $20,000, but not because you made it. It's because you built the habits, the discipline, and the system to get there. You finally have room to breathe. You gave yourself options, and that's what money is really about. It's not about flexing or buying nice things. It's about having control. And I'm telling you from my own experience, do anything in your power to get to that first $20,000 and just watch how your life will change. But yeah, hope this helps. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll make sure to answer everything down below. Subscribe for more wealth building tips like this, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.